I think Bud could beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would beat Canelo.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Oh, because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
Weight classes.
He's the most composed guy.
Yeah.
What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
The long-awaited face-to-face between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford finally took place during a high-stakes press tour promoting their blockbuster super middleweight clash scheduled for September 13th, 2025 in Las Vegas. The intense moment unfolded at the Riyadh season press event, where both fighters stood under the glare of the international spotlight, exchanging stone-cold stares and bold declarations. It was a cinematic face-off, tense, silent, and electric. Canelo's unflinching gaze met Crawford's calm intensity, signaling the battle of styles and legacies that awaits. Hyped as a generational fight, this matchup pits two of boxing's pound-for-pound greats in a war for undisputed supremacy at 168 pounds.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO. He just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about, like, where'd Dana go?
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of things about boxing, but they don't say, I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Mexico, is a 4-division world champion and the reigning undisputed super middleweight king. Known for his crushing power, slick defensive skills, and unmatched adaptability, Canelo has dismantled some of the sport's biggest names. Over the years, he has built a legacy as one of boxing's most dominant and decorated fighters.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? Were you 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
Do you think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
Terence Crawford, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, is a multi-division champion with titles across the lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and super welterweight divisions. Famous for his switch-hitting brilliance, elite ring IQ, and knockout precision, Crawford cemented his legacy after unifying the welterweight titles with a masterclass victory over Errol Spence Jr.
All right, we have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. All right. Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first, it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's going to be at 168. Plus, I'm not going to get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not going to get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special.
Standing as a titan in the super middleweight division, Alvarez boasts a professional record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, with 39 of those victories coming by knockout. His achievements span 4 divisions: super middleweight, middleweight, junior middleweight, and light heavyweight. In 2021, Canelo etched his name in the history books by becoming the first ever undisputed champion at 168 pounds.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
At 5'8" and 34 years old, Alvarez remains a force of nature in the ring. He pairs explosive power with fluid movement and unmatched experience. His recent unanimous decision win over William Skull in May 2025 reaffirmed his elite standing. Even as new challengers emerge, Canelo's technique and boxing intellect continue to separate him from the rest.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and that's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Crawford, however, dismissed the narrative that physical size would decide the bout. He pointed out that he and Canelo share the same height, 5'8", and that his reach is actually longer. He's a heavy dude, Crawford said, but he's not a big guy. For him, the real challenge lies in weight class history, not physical mismatch. While Crawford moved up gradually from lightweight to light middleweight, Canelo has fought as high as light heavyweight.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it happened. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah. He's weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have. And to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
Canelo initially brushed off talk of a fight with Crawford, but eventually expressed openness, saying he's willing to face anyone if the deal makes sense financially and legacy-wise. Crawford, meanwhile, opted to skip a tune-up fight ahead of this jump to 168, knowing that risking injury or fatigue beforehand could hurt his chances. Critics argue that Crawford's leap might be too bold, especially without acclimating to the heavier division. Many say it's less about sport and more about the payday, suggesting that Crawford may be risking his legacy in a fight most believe favors Canelo heavily.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement. It's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That would be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound for pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo, but that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.
In a candid moment, Canelo reportedly called the fight easy money, suggesting the payday could top $150 million. That astronomical figure is a major reason both fighters are chasing this crossover clash. The financial stakes are enormous, matching the prestige. Crawford, however, fired back at those doubting his move up, reminding everyone that Canelo moved up and lost, while he moved up and won. His message was clear. He's not just chasing cash. He's here to prove himself at the highest level.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Like if it's what I want to do, I'm gonna take it. You know,
Would you put a rehydration bottle in there?
I don't like to talk about other fight when I got it.
But you understand, like that's the fight that everyone wants to see. That's the fight that fans want to see in there with.
I understand that. Same happened with others.
Yeah, and it happened.
And same happened with
And it happened.
And same with the video song.
And it happened. I think it happened.
And with Throw and with Mayweather and with Photo.
That's why I believe the fight happened. Would you ever go up to 175? Because 168, I feel like you fought everybody. They're taking belts away from you. 175, you got Benavidez, you got Morrell, you got the rematch with people.
If I go 175,
that would be the first time. And then you can look around and see what's out there. 175.
And then
would you make a Crawford's performance against Manuel?
I think he knows why his weight class is there, right? He make a good fight, but for me, I think he lost the fight or draw.
Okay.
Or could be the other side.
He was saying your name a lot all week. I was out there
because
in LA.
he wanna sell the fight. If they don't talk about me, they don't say.
Would you look at a fight with Crawford? So in the past, you told me no.
If the money is right, I mean,
money's got to be there.
I don't like fighters to go around.
Wait, do you want to say 168 or look 165?
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Crawford admitted that this would be the biggest fight of his life. While legacy is always part of the motivation, he didn't shy away from the fact that money now plays a larger role in his decisions. With undisputed titles in 4 divisions under his belt, Crawford said he's earned the right to think about financial rewards. Though earlier in his career it was all about proving himself, this time the risk-reward ratio is different. Still, he's excited, likening the buzz to when he was once linked to a fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Nah, nothing.
No.
You just need like dragons to slay. You know what I mean? Like at this point in your life, you can't even fight a regular fighter.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I get excited. I don't know why. I get excited when I talk about Canelo like I used to get excited about Pacquiao.
Really?
You know, I used to get so excited. Like, man, I'm going to be able to fight Pacquiao. You know, because...
Is that the one you think got away?
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. I tried my ass off.
What stopped that fight from happening?
They didn't want to fight.
It's too dangerous.
They didn't want to fight. Freddie Roach said he didn't want to fight. Pacquiao handlers didn't want to fight. You know, I believe Pacquiao, as a fighter, he wanted to fight, but...
Respected boxing analyst Teddy Atlas offered a nuanced breakdown of the matchup. He acknowledged Alvarez's accomplishments, but noted that the Mexican star doesn't appear as dominant as he once was. According to Atlas, Canelo's explosiveness and movement have declined. In contrast, he believes Crawford is still in peak form, fast, sharp, and tactically brilliant. Atlas emphasized that Crawford may now be operating on a different level, even among elite company.
Well, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. As a tight him, he's saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it, and he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's gonna say, "Well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it." I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both fighters, gave unique insight into their clash. While he respected Canelo's power, Khan leaned toward Crawford due to his superior speed, movement, and fight IQ. He highlighted Crawford's ability to slip punches and counter effectively, even against top-tier opposition. Khan believes Crawford's adaptability and strategic mind could neutralize Canelo's raw strength and experience.
It could have gone either way because I had probably Skull winning by 2 rounds. I mean, I like Canelo. I think he's a great fighter, but the thing is, I think that he was looking he was picking the shots better and landing the better, cleaner shots. Canelo was marked up a little bit, but look, it could have gone either way. Anyway, regardless how the fight went, it was a great performance by both fighters, but it's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford, but from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tight and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ.
For Terence Crawford, this is more than just another big fight. It's the defining opportunity of his career. He openly respects Canelo as boxing's biggest name and is eager to rise to the occasion. Crawford sees this as a chance to elevate his legacy on the grandest stage. Canelo, on his end, hopes Crawford comes to fight, not just to survive. Reflecting on his recent bout with William Skull, Canelo stressed the importance of entertaining fans and expects Crawford to bring the fire when they meet in the ring.
That's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show, you know what I mean?
Do you think Crawford will employ the same tactics to try and box?
I hope not. I hope not, because the people deserve a good fight.
What do you make of the Crawford fight next?
Huh?
How excited are you for the Crawford fight?
I'm excited. I'm gonna enjoy this win and then we think. Yeah, do it.